guys, my name is Brianna and this is my 29-week pregnancy update. If you are new to my channel, I am pregnant with my second baby. This time it's a girl and her name is Presley. She is due in May, and with my son I did a online blog of pregnancy updates, and Presley is getting vlog style pregnancy updates. So I don't know which one. It's probably a little harder for me time-wise to edit these video ones, but I like them much better as a way to document my pregnancy. So I have a list of questions I go through just to, one, keep record of sort of where I'm at every step of the way of this pregnancy, because it's been really nice to look back at Landon's and sort of compare this pregnancy to my first. So how far along? I am 29 weeks and 2 days. So that's still the 7th month of pregnancy, 3rd trimester, truly in the home stretch here. And considering that they say after 37 weeks is not premature, it's actually really crazy to think that she could come at any point after 37 weeks. And if she did, she's a stinker. She's crashing her brother's birthday. But if she does, we would be 8 weeks away from meeting her, which is crazy to think that in 8 weeks, like less than 2 months, she could be here. Just bananas. Baby is the size of an acorn squash this week, so got a little acorn squash in there. Total weight gain is 20 pounds. I was 142 pounds this morning when I stepped on the scale. I was 122 when I started. And I looked at my son's pregnancy and I've literally gained the same exact amount of weight as I did with him. I was a little heavier when I started his pregnancy, but 20 pounds at 29 weeks, which I feel like is pretty crazy how similar they are. Maternity clothes, yes, though I should say the sweater I am wearing is not a maternity sweater. It's just a very loose, baggy sweater from Target. But you will see in the belly shot, I am wearing the under the belly maternity jeans, which I really like at this point in my pregnancy, because sometimes since your skin is stretching out so much, I think the over the belly can make your entire midriff skin even more itchier sometimes. So I kind of like the under the belly ones because then I don't feel like my tummy itches as much. Which leads me to stretch marks. No stretch marks. I'm still making sure I put on my Palmer's cocoa butter morning and night, and if I'm really itchy during the day I put it on, but usually, especially if I wear under the belly now, I just need morning and night applications. Sleep. I'm so exhausted that I'm definitely sleeping. I feel like when I read my son's for my last pregnancy, I was saying I was having a really hard time with sleeping. Besides still occasionally getting woken up from heartburn, which I keep my Tums right next to my bed, I feel like I'm out like a light. Like I'm so exhausted. I just am completely zonked. But I do know I think it's gonna get harder and harder because you will see in the belly shot, she is just getting so big. Best moment this week. Oh, I had President's Day off with my son, Landon, so I'd actually scheduled our dentist appointments. It was his first dentist appointment, and we went and got Panera and walked around the park that in our old house we would walk to almost every single day right on Lake Erie. It's so beautiful. It is truly my favorite place in Cleveland, but we got a little Panera picnic lunch and just sat out by the lake. And even though the cold winter weather sort of came back that day, it was just so pretty, and it was so fun to see him recognize some similar surroundings because he knew exactly where we were. It was really cool. He even pointed out our old house and said, "Hi-yo" to our old home. He's trying to say it. It was so cute. Miss anything? I have to say I've been getting some really cute emails of spring fashion. So I would just say I'm not necessarily missing, but I'm looking forward to hopefully losing this baby weight and next spring getting to do some shopping for some really fun spring and summer clothes. Movement. Good Lord, this girl is just throwing her body weight around in my belly. It literally feels like a couple of times a day she just decides to be like, bam, other side of the womb, bam, other side of the womb. And it is starting to get a little bit painful. And honestly, I don't remember this with Landon. I was at a housewarming party last night for some of our friends who also just moved, and a lot of the women there, it's funny, we were kind of all pregnant with our first around the same time, and now we're all pregnant with our second around the same time. And they were saying similarly, and we're just, you know, thinking of as to the why, and it could be that our uteruses are just more stretched out than they were the first time, so maybe she still has a little bit more room in there than Landon did to kind of fling herself around from side to side, and that's surely what it feels like. Food cravings, brownies, and I had the most delicious brownie of my life. I'm not even kidding. I had some interviews in Ohio City, which is a little neighborhood of Cleveland. It's really cool. If you ever come visit Cleveland, check out Ohio City. There's amazing restaurants and fun places to go out. It's just a really cool location. It's also where my husband and I had our wedding reception when we got married. But I went to a new find that was recommended to me. That's one of my new favorite places for lunch. It's called The Grocery. And they had these brownies, and I believe like they were made, it was an all natural organic lunch place, which I love. It's so cool, with all local farming vegetables and fruits and meats. I love places like that where it's like a very local driven organization. But the brownies that they had there were so good. So I'm not quite sure what they were made with, but they were seriously the best brownies of my life. I'm 100% planning to go back and just stock up and buy more of these brownies. They were amazing. I also was craving that same day avocados and bacon. So, and this is what I love about small businesses. I said to the woman, you don't really have this on your menu, but you have the ingredients. Can you make me a BLT with avocado? And she like was even asking, yeah, I have these different kind of breads. Which one would you like? So she made it, and she literally was like, this sandwich looks so good. I'm gonna add your sandwich to our menu. So it's kind of funny. Maybe if anyone is local and checks out The Grocery, if you see the avocado BLT on the menu, try it. It was wonderful. But all week I wanted bacon and avocado, guacamole. It's been a craving all week long, and at least a little healthier than the brownies. Maybe not the bacon, but the avocado. Anything making you queasy or sick? No, I definitely feel past the morning sickness stages. Just heartburn is just still horrible. Labor signs. I had a for real contraction earlier today. It was so bad. I was on the couch finishing up some work. I actually, unfortunately, had to work all this weekend because we have a really huge deadline coming up on Friday. And I was on the couch, had set Landon up to play with some toys, and my husband had come downstairs and was like, hey, if you want to go upstairs and shower, I'll watch Landon for a little bit. So as I was getting up off the couch, it was literally, like, it was a full-on, this was not a Braxton Hicks. I mean, I was stopped in my tracks. The last time I remember having one of those was, I was much farther along in my pregnancy with Landon, probably like 36 or 37 weeks. And it was when I was walking upstairs in our old house, and the same thing, like I just had to stop in my tracks. I literally like got on my hands and knees, breathed, and it like passed. And it didn't happen again. It was just like completely in solidarity. But I got a little freaked out, and I was like, girl, you gotta stay in there. You have 10 more weeks of cooking. Do not think you're ready to come out yet. If you're anything like your mama and are trying to just jump the gun, get things done as soon as possible, you can wait 10 more weeks, okay? Presley and I had a little pep talk. She's not allowed to come out yet, and she can't be playing these jokes on me. No pranking your mama, girl. Symptoms. I think I've mentioned heartburn like 3 times in this video already, but the heartburn. This is also a strange symptom, and I do not recall this, and it is not written down in any of my blogs from last time with Landon, but I have these like weird, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it right there. See that like weird spot? Like I'm getting these weird, it almost looks like they're mini broken blood vessels. It's mainly on my arms and like hands. Like I like have some more there. They're like really tiny. But I did notice I like had one on my cheek under my eye the one day too. So I know when you're pregnant, your blood volume goes up. I think it's a part too of having like stretch marks, varicose veins, but this isn't something I've necessarily read about, but these marks definitely were not on my skin prior to pregnancy. So I'm going to assume it has something to do with just having increased blood volume, but weird nonetheless, and I don't know if they're gonna go away. I hope they do. Let me know if you've had any similar symptoms to that and if they went away. I'm particularly curious to know if this is going to go away after I have the baby. Belly button in or out? It's been out. I mean, it's the third nipple. If you probably watch my Instagrams or Snapchats, sometimes when I do like an outfit of the day or something, the third nipple is out all of the time. THO. belly button style. My wedding rings are still on. Happy or moody most of the time. Definitely happy. Feeling a little bit of work stress, but it's not anything that I feel like is unmanageable at this point. Just know with a big deadline, you know, and you need to put in those extra hours to hit your goals and make the deadline a success. So that's the basics of this week as far as my mood goes. Okay, here is the 29-week belly shot. So here is the bump with my shirt on. I just have like a really loose sweater. And this is the bump from the front. From this side, you can see Presley is definitely out and about, guys. Looking forward to my sprinkle. I'm so excited to see my friends and family that are coming. It's also my sister's birthday this week, and she's going to be coming up for it, and she doesn't come up that often, so it's always really nice just when I get my sissy time too. So really looking forward to that. And I've also been getting a lot of questions on my Instagram account. If you're not following me there, I'll put my handle on the screen right now. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. And I'll also put my Snapchat, because I will say in about 10 weeks here, that is probably where you'll know first if I'm going into labor and when Presley is born. So make sure you're following me so that you can know first when Miss Presley decides to make her debut. But a couple of the other questions I've been having is around videos that I can make. And I've been trying to do a baby must-haves. I also did a not needs video. There's still more that are going to be coming out, but I've had a lot of requests to do a what should I register for video, which would incorporate a lot of the must-haves, but I can definitely kind of go through what I registered for with my first one that I thought were the best things to register for overall. That's beyond just my favorites. I've also been requested to do a hospital bag video, which I'm in the process of trying to get that packed, so that will be coming as well. And the sprinkle that I mentioned that I'm looking forward to, I'm so excited for it. People have asked, could you do a sprinkle haul and share what you've gotten? And I think that's something I can definitely do, along with can I share my birth plan, because I've been getting a lot of questions as far as what I'm planning for with this birth, since what I'd originally planned for with my son did not happen. So I will do a birth plan video. You're all keeping me busy with these requests. I love it. And then the big question I've been getting is, will you do a birth vlog? And the answer to that is yes. I'm a little uneasy about it though, just because you don't really know how labor is going to go. If it's really fast, I can't promise you that it's going to be some really great birth vlog. Like it might just be like, oh, here's what happened at the hospital right afterwards. And I just wouldn't feel comfortable obviously with anything that's showing like lady parts or anything like that. But if it all works out, I would love to be videoing and have documented Presley's first moments here with us, and would obviously love to share in those amazing moments, because I love watching other people's birth vlogs. They're like my favorite thing to watch. I cry at every one, honestly. Like birth is just such an amazing moment. So if it works out and we can capture it all, I will absolutely be posting a birth vlog. All right, so that is the end of my 29-week pregnancy update. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And again, follow my Instagram and Snapchat so you can be the first to know when I actually do go into labor with Presley. And keep those video requests coming. If there's any other videos beyond the ones I mentioned that you would like to see, leave them in the comments below so that I can add them to my list and hopefully get them shot and edited before this little girl makes her debut. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great rest of your week, and please know anyone who shared that you're ttc-ing, pregnant, or has shared anything about yourself, I'm continually praying that everyone in this community on YouTube is doing well. So many blessings and continued positivity and prayers to you guys. Bye.